Ooh, today is a cold and windy day. There's something about winter that makes me want to create content. Like, I don't know what it is, but I realized that last year during winter, I made a lot of videos, and we are back in winter again. And here I am creating content again. I guess winter is my favorite content creation time. And I've noticed that it happens even with the year before the last. So yeah. So today I want to talk about two things. Well, the second part of the video is business ideas that you can start from 20 to 50,000 rands. If that's the savings you have, it's only going to be 5 that I wrote. And then the first part of the video, if you want to watch that, is the issue that I've realized in myself and in most South Africans is that we don't travel. So today for breakfast, I had amakwenya, and the lady who's selling amakwenya is from the DRC, and it's a cold, windy morning. And just before I bought, she was just like, "Ooh, it's not easy." Those were the first words she said to me. It's not easy. So I asked her, man, like, is there anything else that you could do? She said, yeah, there probably is something else I could do, but at the moment, I'm still trying to save up money. I'm also trying to take care of my family at the same time while I build up to where I want to get. And I asked her, you're from the DRC, right? She says, yeah. Okay, so were you not afraid of moving to South Africa to try to make a living? And then here you are, you're selling fat cakes. And then she said, look, in my country, if I were to sell fat cakes there, I would be at the very, very bottom of the list, or I would be way below the poverty line. And these are her words. And in fact, not too many people eat such things in her country. Maybe things have changed now because she hasn't been there in a very long time, but she's here in South Africa, she's selling amakwenya. And it got me thinking, man, when you watch videos or podcasts or anything of that sort, let's say from creators in Britain, in London. Britain is England, eh? England. You will hear that there is a big community of Nigerians. There's a big community of Ethiopians and Somalis. There's a big community of other people from other African countries, European countries, Asia, Middle East. And in USA, the same thing can be said. You go to places where you only expect to find white people, and you will find Nigerians in Sweden. And I think part of the reason they are able to travel is because the alternative is not so great. So here we are in South Africa, and most of us South Africans, we actually don't travel. Like, I get traveling to, let's say, Zimbabwe or traveling to Zambia is a bit far. But most South Africans don't even know South Africa. And when I say most South Africans, I'm including myself in there, because as much as I've traveled the country a little bit, there's still so much in the country that I have not seen. I see pictures, I see videos, I hear people talking about places, and I'm like, what? There's such a place here in this country? Whoa, I've never heard of it. I see pictures and I'm like, whoa, this is SA. And in my opinion, I think that contributes to most South Africans remaining poor. Being poor ensures that you remain poor. But having a little bit of money and not using it to expand your mind and your knowledge by traveling is also a limitation on your own ability to grow, on your own ability to refresh your mind and come up with ideas to better your life financially. And when I realized this, it's like, oh man, I should probably do a bit more traveling. And I want to try doing that when the summer comes back, but because for me in winter, business is very slow. It's not nice. But you guys have noticed that a lot of people from foreign countries don't really, as much as you will find poor people from other countries in this country, they will tell you that the alternative is actually much more worse. Like it's way worse. The poverty that we think we know in this country, they know worse than that. So when they are here, they may be struggling, but the struggle is not the same as they would experience in their own countries. And it got me thinking, if I were to travel to a country like Malawi and I find people there very poor, what perspective would I have when I come back to South Africa? Like when I see people who are making a living in a very poor country and they're actually thriving in a very poor country, how large and how much better my perspective would be when I come back here. So it was just me thinking, could it make things better for me? Could it make things better for you if you were to travel the country, if that's what you can afford, and if you have a passport and you can actually afford to get out of the country and see other places? How much could it change your mind, your perspective? How much could it change your life when you come back? It's just me pondering, and I would like to hear your thoughts. But let's talk about the business ideas that I want to share. It's only 5, and it's business ideas that you can start with 20 to 50,000 rands. The first business idea that I wrote here is a mobile car wash. Mobile car wash services are convenient for the customer because they don't have to travel to the car wash and wait for their car to be washed. They can just let you into their home while they wait inside the house and you wash the car. After you are done, they come to you and pay you. So with the mobile services, with the mobile car wash services, the money that you would be getting, let's say 20 to 50,000 rands. Let's take 20,000 rands and you would spend that on equipment. So equipment being a vacuum cleaner, it can be a pressure washer. And if you are lucky enough, let's say maybe you bump it up to 30,000 rands, you can find a U-Force 3 cleaning vacuum. I actually don't know what it's called now. I've forgotten it, but where you can clean the interior of the car, like the seats, and leave them clean. And then you need cleaning supplies. And then from there, you also need marketing materials. Marketing materials can be from your traditional marketing, where you get posters, you get flyers, and you do graffiti type of marketing or advertising, which is more guerrilla. And you can also spend that money on marketing. But I think if you limit it to at least 20,000 rand, it will be easier for you, because with the 30,000 rand, you can take 25 and get yourself a second-hand car at We Buy Cars. You take 5,000 to ensure that you fix any mechanical issues in that car. Make sure that you get yourself a car that is very reliable, like a Toyota Tez, a Toyota Corolla, like something that is reliable, something that you know won't just easily die on you. And then you just provide on-demand car wash services for customers in their homes, and another advantage in their workplaces. So you can go to a office park, you can go to a hospital, you can go to a mall, you can go to such places where you wash people's cars in their workplace, and when you're done, you get your payment, and then you leave the office park on to the next. And maybe this might also feel safer for people, that you're not going into their homes and seeing what they have. Maybe they might have trust issues. We live in a country with very high crime rates, so allowing somebody into your home might not be very comfortable. But coming to the workplace, what are you going to do in a mall? You can't actually rob a mall. You probably can, but it's not going to be that easy. Yeah, maybe, you see. And then the second thing is event planning. Event planning may or may not be a lucrative business for you if you don't have the connections, if you don't know where to host your events. You can host your events probably in clubs, in stadiums, but in stadiums and parks, such things, that might be very expensive. But hosting an event in a club might just be a little bit easier, although I don't know that much about the event space. But I think with that 50,000 rand, you have your marketing, your initial event supplies, and maybe a website development if you're going to do a event business only. So you might need a website, you might need your social media accounts. But definitely event supplies marketing is absolutely the most important. Without marketing, events don't get that successful. So with the initial event supplies, this would be your sound hiring, this would be your probably a DJ or two, and you just start small and build up from there. As you get your crowd going, if you're hosting in a club, for example, you do the marketing for them, they've got resident DJs. Maybe you get another DJ who's more popular in the area that you're from or within the province or country, so that they can have more pull for people to attend that event. You plan and manage those events, such as weddings as well. You know, you can do corporate events, you can do parties. You offer packages for different types of events. You customize your services based on the client's needs. So if you don't spend money yourself for supplies such as sound, furniture for events and everything like that, you help the family that is doing a birthday party for their child, the 21st, so that it is a successful event. That's something that is probably potentially lucrative for you. So it's a business that I think you could try out. And then the third business is a digital marketing agency. Now, there's too many digital marketing agencies everywhere. But the cool thing about a digital marketing agency is the fact that more and more people are starting to realize that it's probably a good idea for them to start a business. And more people are now aware that although they have social media accounts, they may even have a website that doesn't work so great, it's a little bit janky. They realize that a lot of their customers, or they can get more customers online, but they are not able to do it effectively enough. So you can be that person that comes into this business and help them. Maybe you can help them with websites, you can help them with content, you can help them develop marketing tools or software, in initial advertising for them, potentially hiring freelancers as well. But with that 20 to 50,000 rand, what you would invest in your own marketing agency is a website, and it will be your social media tools, which your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It just depends on the customers that you would be targeting, and then the advertising for you to reach those people. So another thing with a digital marketing agency, the difficulty would be the fact that because people have already tried doing marketing online and they failed, they also may believe that, oh, I can't pay somebody else to do my marketing online because I already know that online marketing doesn't work. So it will be very difficult for you to actually reach the right customers. So you have to actually spend more money on your marketing, reaching the right customers that you would need to grow your business and start supplying services. And this one is also great because you can actually run this business from home. And if you have to meet clients, you can meet them at a virtual working space. You can meet them at a cafe, a coffee shop. That's the advantage that I like about a digital marketing agency. And then, of course, if you're running a digital marketing agency, let's say you spend 5,000 rands to 6 for a good laptop or computer, you will probably need another 10,000 for a camera. Because if you're doing digital marketing, you might need to help people with creating content. So you take content for them, or you have a friend, you have a freelancer that you work with to assist in taking content. If you're not doing the content side of things, then there's so many things you can offer in the digital marketing space. You know, you can offer services such as social media management, content creation, as I've already mentioned. You can offer search engine optimization, which is also a great marketing way. I use that a lot in my business. And then online advertising from small to medium-sized businesses and all the way up. The bigger businesses might not hire you because they use bigger agencies. But in the beginning, the small to medium businesses that make, let's say, a month, 40 to 100,000 rands, they might want to make more money than that. And you come in charging them 10,000 rands a month to ensure at least that they go from 40,000 rands in profit to 60,000 rands in profit. 10,000 rand, it's a good return on investment if you're adding on to their 40,000 rand, 20,000 rand. Like just increasing their sales by 10, 20% can do a lot for them. And then the other business is being a handyman. So with being a handyman, you need the money for tools, transportation, a reliable car, and you need the money for marketing materials as well. Now, with being a handyman, there's many kinds of things you can do as a handyman. So you can be You can offer general repair services, and it will depend what you are repairing, maintenance services for people in their homes, in their businesses. And this could also include plumbing, electrical work, painting and carpentry, and maybe metal work as well. And I don't think 20 to 50,000 rand is good enough money to invest in being a mechanic. So maybe I'll make a different video where services that may require you to have more initial capital for you to start. So with being a handyman, those are the services that you can provide for your potential customers. And then number 5, the cool thing about South Africa is that more and more people are taking their health and fitness more seriously. I believe myself to be one of those people, although I do have this bad habit. I've been smoking hookah pipe since this video began. So that's a bad habit of mine, but I do hit the gym every day. And I do try as much as I possibly can to eat healthy. Although eating healthy is not that cheap, but I do try. Although this morning I had a makwenya. Man, it's like I'm contradicting myself in this video. Woo-wee. But then being a personal fitness trainer and maybe a mid-level dietitian is a good option for you to go for. Like, it also depends in the area that you work in. If you're in the suburb, you can work for a gym locally, or you can open your own small private gym and then you offer like a premium service to your clients. So obviously you might need your certification, you need basic fitness equipment and marketing materials. Marketing is probably the most important thing in this list of business ideas that I've given you, except for the tools. Of course, it's the second most important thing because it allows you to reach the customers. Now, you provide your training services to people maybe at home, in local gyms, as I mentioned, or you can build your own personalized small fitness gym at home. I actually know a girl who has a gym in Soweto. What is it called again? Oh my goodness. Okay, it slips my mind, but it's a small gym and she runs it in a driveway, like it's a small driveway with a bit of equipment and people train there, and she has people who are full-time members. And I've seen recently she's been doing a lot of boot camps, so that also brings in a bit more money for her. She's not a full-time fitness trainer. She's not a full-time, she's not running that business full-time because probably it's not bringing in enough money for her. Also, she's in the hood, right? But she is supplementing her income. And I think she may have spent 20,000 rands or more for the equipment. And hopefully her business grows and it grows enough for her to be confident enough to actually quit her job. I think she's a teacher. And if you are somebody who has a job who's working, if you are somebody who's working, if you're going to start any of these businesses, run these businesses on the side. And before you have the confidence to quit your job, at least meet 70%, if not 100% of your salary and more consistently for 6 months before you think about quitting your job. And if you're somebody who has already saved this money and you're just tired of working and you don't mind making a little bit less money in the first few months or maybe in the first few years, and you can make just enough for you to survive, I think you can also go for that. But keep in mind that running a business is not easy. Keep in mind that there's good times and bad times, and you just have to take all of them by stride, you know. So yeah, good luck. I hope this video was valuable for you. See you in the next one.